Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Fantasy Baseball Waiver Wire brought to you by rotoballer.com. I'm your host, Anthony Aniano, as we take a look at that Fantasy Baseball Waiver Wire for Week 20 of your season, the week beginning Monday, August 11th. Full disclosure, recording this on Thursday, August 7th, a light day on the slate today, actually, around Major League Baseball, but obviously things can change by the time you watch this video. Promotions, demotions to the minor leagues, injuries, stats will change a little bit. I have 3 hitters and 3 pitchers for you to be mindful of as you get ready to set that waiver wire. And as always, Yahoo roster percentages, 50% or more availability is what we look for here in this video. 3 hitters to mention, and I wanted to mention the first one last week's video. And then, to be honest, I got caught up in the trade deadline and all the after effects of that trade deadline, whether it was young players or all those relief pitchers that moved. So maybe I'm a week late. Okay, I apologize for that. But Andrew Vaughn of the Milwaukee Brewers, if you remember, they acquired him from the Chicago White Sox. Rhys Hoskins got hurt there at first base for the Brewers. And at the time of the trade, you really didn't think much of the Andrew Vaughn acquisition by Milwaukee. But he has been one of the key pieces in the Brewers' ascension to the best team, in my opinion, in baseball right now. He's right at the cusp. He's 50% rostered in Yahoo. So in deeper leagues, I get it. He's on teams already, and I apologize for that, but did want to mention it. Over the last 14 days, Andrew Vaughn is hitting .435 with 5 home runs, 16 RBIs, usually hitting 5th in that Brewer lineup. His season totals are up to .244, 12 homers, 47 RBIs, but forget about that. I really don't care what he did with the Chicago White Sox. I care about what he did, who has done, since being acquired by the Milwaukee Brewers. Up next, it's a kind of 2-pack thing here I've got going on from the Toronto Blue Jays. The other team, some may say, no, Anthony, they're the best team in baseball right now, as they're starting to pull away in the American League East. And I guess their corner outfielders are kind of flying under the radar. Now, I get it. Springer's on the IL. He should be coming back soon. But Nathan Lukes and Joey Loperfido, remember Loperfido was who they acquired from Houston last year. Right now, both scorching hot. Lukes, to me, is the guy I want. He's available in 95% of Yahoo leagues, so he is out there. He's only rostered in 5% of leagues. Over the last 14 days, 259 and similar power numbers to Vaughn. 5 homers, 16 RBIs. On the season, the batting average is .261, 10 homers, 49 RBIs. And he's ascended now to the top of that Toronto Blue Jays batting order. So I am interested in him. Now, I am curious what the Blue Jays do going forward with Loperfido, who they only has 79 plate appearances at the major league level this year. But in those 79 plate appearances, it's .389, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. He's available in 94% of leagues. Lukes is my top guy there in the outfield if I need an outfielder this week. But maybe throw a little small fab bid on Loperfido and see how Toronto sorts out that outfield position going forward. And finally, if you need some middle infielder or some versatility in your lineup, Lenyn Sosa of the Chicago White Sox, 28% rostered, so he's available in about 72% of leagues. First base, second base, third base, makes him middle and corner infield eligible. Hitting 2nd or 8th, kind of moving around that Chicago White Sox lineup. Over the last 14 days, he's hitting .410, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. His batting average over the last month is an even .300 if you're looking for a little bit smaller, a bigger sample size. On the season, it's a respectable .280, 13 homers, 45 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. I love him, even though he plays first base mostly right now for Chicago. I would love to be able to add him and put him into a middle infield spot. That, to me, is his ideal location in my fantasy lineup. Now, if you're looking for pitching help, 3 pitchers to be mindful of. First up is Cade Horton of the Chicago Cubs, a top 60 prospect in Major League Baseball, according to Fangraphs. 3rd overall prospect in that Cubs system. And right now, he's on a streak that you can't ignore. 23 1/3 scoreless for Cade Horton over the last couple of weeks. He's rostered in 39% of Yahoo leagues, available, therefore, in 61%. Over the last 14 days, 3 starts, 17 innings, 12 strikeouts, and that ERA is a solid 0 with a whip of 0.71. He's picked up a victory in all 3 of those starts. Big picture of the season now, 59 strikeouts, 79 and a third. That's the downside. The Ks aren't there necessarily, but he's keeping runners from crossing home plate. ERA of 3.18 and a whip of 1.22, 3 wins on the season. And like I mentioned, going a little bigger than the last 14, it's 23 and 1/3 scoreless innings. The issue, his next start, I would expect that scoreless streak to end at some point as he goes Wednesday, the 13th of August, on the road against the Toronto Blue Jays. Tough matchup for Cade Horton, but 23 and a third, maybe you trot him out there, it gives you 5 innings, 1 or 2 usable numbers this upcoming week. Up next, Emmett Sheehan of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mentioned him a few weeks back. Dodgers have gone now full 6-man rotation, protecting Ohtani, protecting Glasnow, protecting Blake Snell, protecting Clayton Kershaw. You talk about 4 injury-prone starters right there. You also have Yamamoto in the mix. And then it's Emmett Sheehan right there in the middle. He's available in 75% of Yahoo leagues. Over the last 14 days, 15 strikeouts in 13 and 2/3 innings with a 1.32 ERA and a 1.02 whip. In those 13 and 2/3 innings, 2 starts, he's picked up a win in both. On the season, 31 strikeouts in 30 innings pitched with an ERA of an even 3 with a whip of 1.20 and 3 wins. He's got the best start of any of the starters up next of my 3 I'm mentioning here today. He goes Tuesday the 12th against Los Angeles Angels. Downside to any team with a 6-man rotation, you're just not going to get a 2-start week out of any of your starters, so that includes Emmett Sheehan. And finally, my 3rd starting pitcher and my only pitcher here with a 2-start week. And usually when somebody has a 2-start week, I push them up the rankings. Not in this case, and it's because of the matchups. It's Zebby Matthews of the Minnesota Twins. He's rostered in 17% of leagues. He's available in 83%. One of the Twins' top pitching prospects. We've kind of waited him for a while, and it's really because of the strikeout potential. Over the last 2 weeks, he's had 3 starts. One was good. The first one was very good. Second one against Boston, he got hit a little bit. But then his last start caught my attention. He went 5 innings against the Detroit Tigers and only gave up 1 earned run. The strikeouts are there, 17 strikeouts in 15 and a third. Over those 3 starts, it's 3.52 ERA and a nice whip of only 1.04 with 2 wins in those 3. When he pitches well enough to win. The problem is the ugly in the middle against the Boston Red Sox. On the season, it's not pretty. The ERA is over 5. The whip is almost 1.4. Strikeouts are there, though, 48 Ks in 38 and a third innings pitched. Now, I mentioned he has a 2-start week. Normally, it's the top of my list. This week's 2-start, it's funny I'm going to say this. His first one, I don't mind. Monday, August 11th, on the road against the New York Yankees, a Yankee team that we know is struggling mightily, 3rd now in the American League East. Although Aaron Judge returned this week, they need to turn it around and turn it around fast. I believe they got the victory last night. Second start, Saturday, August 16th, at home against the same Detroit Tigers that he just went 5 very good innings, like I said, 1 earned run against. So Zebby Matthews, how desperate are you for the strikeouts? That's the benefit he gives you in 2 starts. Those Ks should be there. There is the possibility, though, that you get a clunker that he gave you against the Boston Red Sox. So to recap, my hitter ads for week 20 of the fantasy baseball season: Andrew Vaughn, first base, Milwaukee Brewers; Nathan Lukes, outfield, the Toronto Blue Jays, with a little lesser excitement, but nonetheless, some of it is there for Joey Loperfido; and then Lenyn Sosa of the Chicago White Sox, middle corner infield eligible. My top pitcher ads for the week: Cade Horton of the Chicago Cubs, Emmett Sheehan of Los Angeles Dodgers, and Zebby Matthews of the Minnesota Twins. All right, folks, head over to rotoballer.com. Sign up right now for any of our premium packages. Use the promotional code ACES to save at checkout. Like and subscribe right here to the RotoBaller YouTube channel. Download the RotoBaller app. It's completely free. Everything you see online right there in the palm of your hand. Full articles, full videos. And give me a follow on X at Aniano Fantasy. As always, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on RotoBaller Radio.